Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Real Heroes Show. You got Corey and Nick with you here, as always. And in today's video, we did it. We binged it. We watched all Star Wars Visions. I was up until 2:30 in the morning last night watching it because I had other shit on my plate. We're going to talk about all 9 episodes, but we're going to do it in 2 minutes or less per episode, so that way this doesn't drag on. You get our thoughts. It's going to be cool. There's going to be spoilers. Nick, how are you, sir?
Doing well. Yeah, I was up kind of late too, just kind of getting everything finalized thought-wise and for this rundown of these 9 episodes.
You were getting all my fanboy text messages at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was plowing through all these.
I was like, oh, he's on this episode and this episode. So
let me start out by saying I don't like binging stuff.
Yeah, you're like, I hate binging.
I fucking hate it. I really do. I felt like by the 4th time I heard somebody say I've got a bad feeling about this, I was like, wait, did I start the same episode over again? Fuck,
punch it. Wait, what? What episode is this?
Yeah. A lightsaber? Oh man, there's so many lightsabers in this. It's so cool. But as you guys can see, stopwatch. We're going to be timing ourselves. We're going 2 minutes or less. And we're going to break from the mold. We're not going to do episodes 1 through 9. We're going to start at episode 9 and go all the way back in time to episode 1. It's a Star Wars video. Star Wars does shit out of time all the time. And that's what we're going to do. All right, Nick, we're going to start with episode 9, Akakiri. The stopwatch is starting now. Read your notes, sir. Go.
So yeah, the Jedi's comes to aid Lady Misa to defeat a Sith Lord, right? It's the premise of it, Masago. I like the fact that he gets tempted by the dark side to save her. It's very Anakin-like to Padme. I love the connection. I love the correlation, the parallels. Except this time, he actually, he actually saves her. He saves her and then just joins the dark side. And she wakes up and she's like, "Wait, what just happened?" So I think if Padme actually got saved and realized that, oh damn, Anakin actually joined, Palpatine, but is limbless now, what would have happened in the actual, Star Wars Skywalker saga? Not my favorite animation style, but very enjoyable.
Wow. All right. I love it. We're at 48 seconds. Beautiful. Yeah. Here are my notes. Opening scene was cool. The Force visions that the Jedi had a neat style, and they kind of really showed the pain of what a Force vision could show. Yeah. The use of light and shadow in the animation, really across the board, but I noticed it in this one. It was something else. I wrote here, dark side is fucked up.
Yes.
The way that everything turned red, the temptation, the eyes, all that stuff. I wrote Revenge of the Sith vibes, except they actually, save her, which you also mentioned. And I thought it was kind of cool. They had some cool music at the end. It had like a backbeat, which was very different from what you're used to hearing in Star Wars. So I was a fan of this. I thought it was cool. We have 25 more seconds. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just overall cool vibe. Really enjoyed the episode and just respected what it did as a parallel to what we actually got in the movie.
Yeah, I thought so too. The lightsabers were very fun, which pretty much in every episode of this, I thought the lightsabers were cool.
Very cool. Very
Boom.
cool.
We did that in 1 minute and 54 seconds. That's rocking and rolling. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe. And we haven't shared these notes with each other. So this is the first time we're hearing each other's written down thoughts, which makes this even more fun for us.
Yes.
I will start with episode 8, Lop and Ocho. This timer is going. I thought the animation style was cool. I thought it had a little bit more depth than some of the other ones, a little more 3D element. I like the conflict of what the Empire suggests they can provide to somebody compared to the other argument of no, they're just taking over. We got a Mon Calamari in a sweater a la episode 3 of season 2 of Mandalorian, which you love to see. The opening of that box with the lightsaber in it, and it had possibly the coolest looking hilt that we saw in the entire series. I thought that was incredible. I also thought that the ending was very abrupt and very open-ended. And maybe if they do a season 2 of this, there could be some follow-up on that. So that's what I had.
I liked some of the dialogue. We get another dank ferret. There's a time jump, time skip for 7 years. Same thing with a diplomatic way of taking over. Whereas Ocho is the traitor, right, of the sisters. I also liked the candlelight in Lop's eyes before she gets the saber. Like that scene was awesome. I loved that scene. Yeah. Just the whole like way of inheritance has nothing to do with blood. You know, I love that line as well. As it talks about, there's nothing stronger than family.
Okay, Vin Diesel.
Very Vin Diesel-ish episode here. But Lop, you know, very much exudes the Jedi way, right? Like she's got this strong sense of what it means to be a Jedi. And I know she might not have had a lot of training, but just to sort of inherit it all was very cool. But yeah, same thing with like the galactic oppression from the Empire. But yeah, I love the fight and how it seems open-ended. And I'm like, oh damn, Lop killed her sister. Just kidding. She's on a ship flying away.
Yeah. Lightsaber plus dagger. Awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. Like that Sai or whatever dagger. That was really cool. So
boom.
Yeah.
Right on the money at 2 minutes. Yep. All right. Next one is episode 7, The Elder. I know this one was one of your favorites, so I will let you go first, sir.
Yeah, I love the animation style. This is more up my alley too, from other animes. But I thought David Harbour did a great job as a voiceover in this. He just really, I think, presented the Jedi Master role of Tajin. And just the way the Master and Padawan sort of vibe and connection existed in this episode was great. You know, the whole ancient sinister disturbance in the Force finds a ship, and then I kind of figured that the Padawan would get lured in and struck down. I thought he was dead, but apparently he was just like a wounded animal. But it was kind of messed up. He was just kind of sitting on a rock waiting for the Master to show up, and then that fight scene was in the rain was pretty sick.
So good.
But very very reminiscent of like a Obi-Wan and Darth Maul feel on Rebels, right?
Yeah.
Didn't last very long, but man, just the way he lured him in with just turning out the saber, putting it to his chest, and just igniting it. I was like,
straight on through.
Oh shit! Yeah. So maybe we'll see more of them. I'd like it.
Yeah, I agree. I have David Harbour with an exclamation point, a mystery with an exclamation point, an evolution from the Sith, as the Elder describes it, which is pretty cool. His 2 sabers that were kind of like the samurai swords, the way they crackled at the bottom where the hilt at the blade was pretty awesome. I thought the lightsaber action was terrific. When his eyes turned yellow, I popped for that. I thought that was super cool. And then he just kind of dusted like Thanos at the end of Endgame. But I thought it was interesting how David Harbour's character said that he didn't defeat the Elder, time defeated him. It was a very mythic type description, which was pretty cool. I would love to see more of those two and their adventures throughout the galaxy. Boom. Same. We are at our time. All right. I feel like we won't take too much time on this next one. Episode 6, which was TOB1. I will start on this one. Probably a little bit geared more towards the little kids, which is cool. Everyone deserves some Star Wars in their life. I thought his little drawings of him as a Jedi taking down the walkers were cool. I love all the discussion of kyber crystals in this series, and this episode was heavy on that. Yep. I loved it when the one fella said, "I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me." That gets me every time, after Chirrut in Rogue One, and then Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. The pronunciation change from TOB1 to Toby was cool because it kind of humanized the character. They called the bad guy in this one Jedi Killer, which is a fun throwback because in the concept art for episode 7, Force Awakens, Kylo Ren was referred to as the Jedi Killer, which is cool. Right. And then at the end, the kid kind of turned into like Iron Man Jedi to take him down. Yeah. He had like a little suit with a reactor looking thing in it. I thought that was cool. Got an LOL from me. That's what I got.
Yeah, you mentioned I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I thought that was cool. Yeah, the usage of kyber crystals in this episode kind of made it. I know it was more childlike, which that's what George really intended with Star Wars. So fits the bill. I like the fact that we got an Inquisitor in this, and kind of had this.
Yeah, they did refer to him as that in the credits, right?
Yeah, and right. I like it's very comparable to young Anakin, Phantom Menace type feel to it. He's got his droid. He just wants to build and explore. Knows about the Jedi. Wants to become a Jedi, sort of thing. And not much to it, but obviously out of all of them, it's my least favorite just because it's more it's more for kids, but still Star Wars, still enjoyable. I'm sure kids. I mean, if you got kids, I'm sure your kids will love it, sort of thing, right? So
it was like we were texting about last night. Is even the episodes that we didn't love all had something cool in them and something that felt very Star Warsy. Which, given that it's made by a bunch of anime studios that are not actually Lucasfilm, that's a pretty cool achievement. So moving on to episode 5, The Ninth Jedi. I thought this one slapped very hard. I'll let you start, but be warned, I have a lot of notes on this one.
Yeah, I do too, so I'll try and fly through it. I like the twist we get out of this, right? Like the Jedi are hunted, the Sith mean to rule, all the Jedi are masterless, and they kind of show up, and there's like this giant robot that says like, no, you guys have to wait here. I like the fact that we get a sabersmith, La Zima, cool, which was voiced by Simu Liu.
Simu, that's right.
And it's the twist of Kara, the sabersmith's daughter, who first turns on one of the sabers that that's made, and the length changes, the color also changes, and he's. I know you're gonna probably talk about this as well, but it's depending on the connection of the Force, and he says she's got talent, and I thought just the designs of the different hills were really cool as well. I liked the dark, the dark kind of faded out look though.
Yeah,
it's very Knights of the Old Republic, SWTOR feel to it, because they had a ton of different kyber crystals in that. But the twist when they all get their lightsabers and they all shut up red, I was like,
oh shit!
Oh shit!
All Sith.
Wow! Yeah. Holy crap! They got me.
Super cool.
And then the Margate was like, just kidding, I'm here. And then he gets one and it's green. I was like, damn. And then like Ethan was blue, but then the one guy, what was his name? Holman was purple. Purple. So kind of interesting comparison between what his was like to Mace, and we all kind of know what type of Jedi Mace was.
Yeah, a little bit of dark side in there from the fighting style, right?
Yeah. So I mean, overall, I love the look at the end too, with the asteroid that looks like a saber upside down, with the light beaming out of it. Again, it's definitely one of my favorite episodes from the series. So
yeah, you took 2 minutes.
I did. You get 2 minutes now.
This was my favorite of the entire 9, so I'm going to talk anyway.
Awesome. Do it.
More Kyber crystal talk. Again, it's almost like they worship Kyber in this episode, which is really cool. I love the idea at the start of lightsabers not existing anymore, but Force users still being there, and like the idea of a lightsaber being like this unicorn that no one can find.
Right.
The episode opens up with a rotating shot through orbit that goes to that little space station, which I thought was awesome. When the first saber gets constructed by the sabersmith, I got total fucking goosebumps.
Yeah,
like
that was
the
really
music,
cool.
The way it was playing was super cool. Saber, the changing length and color with the connection to the Force, was a really interesting concept. Like that's genius stuff, and I would love to see that explored further. The logo on the saber box and on the one dude's back is actually the same logo that's on the saber package that you get from Galaxy's Edge when you build your own lightsaber, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a neat little connection there. The speeder chase through the snow forest was like they took the concept from Return of the Jedi and smashed it together, where in that one Luke jumps off the speeder and uses his lightsaber. In this one, she's riding backwards, just blasting bolts off and whatnot. And this is when her connection to the Force isn't even that strong. Super cool. The reveal when all their blades are red when they fire up their sabers was amazing. The one character shot red lightning out of their hands, which just felt so much more evil than the normal whitish blue Sith lightning. And then I just thought that episode really nailed like Jedi mythology, and it felt very, 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 very Star Wars to me. I would love to see that turned into a series or a live action show, or
it'd be awesome, honestly.
Whatever, man. Really
cool.
Very cool. Or if they just borrow some ideas from that in some future Star Wars stuff.
Absolutely.
I'd be down for it. So
absolutely.
We went way over on that one. So let's.
It was epic though.
Let's try to do episode 4 in 1 minute.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, so same sort of like interesting thing. We had the same thought. First half was okay. The second half is where this episode really shined in my eyes. Separatists exploited the planet, resources. They left battle droids. We get to see battle droids. Roger, Roger. You know, the very stupidness of the droids. You know, we got villagers who want to fight. We got the one sister that agrees, one sister that opposes. And it's the masked woman, the exiled Jedi, F, voiced by Karen Fukumara from The Boys.
Right.
And I love that last scene. The panning landscaping shot was so cool.
Yeah, man.
And same thing, we see her holding the blast bolt with the Force. Destroys his own gun. We see a thermal detonator. But then like the heels kind of do this little switch thing, and then it's over. Like the blade, the yellow lightsaber, again, cool to see that.
So
and she
cool.
just zooms past, kills. I was like, yo, awesome.
Yep. This one was very colorful and saturated.
Yes.
And in the order I watched them, I watched the twins before that, which had a lot of blacks and whites in it. So this one was almost like, boom, big splash of color. I love the music. It stood out immediately to me. Like you said, the first half didn't quite grab me, but the second half really picked up. I wrote here, stopping blaster bolts with the Force is never not cool. And then holy shit, a yellow samurai saber.
Yeah,
and of course we get the Star Wars trope of someone's hand getting cut off. So
always have to have that.
always fun. All right. So episode 3 was entitled The Twins. I'll start with this one. I love the emphasis on kyber crystals. They got 2 Star Destroyers that are joined together. There's a kyber crystal that's powering them from both sides and it's making a hyper cannon. I liked how the astromech was called R-Duo instead of R2.
R-Duo.
That was really cute. I wrote here, holy fuck, they're both so powerful.
Yes.
They were twins that are born out of the dark side, and boy, they know how to use it. They're battling in space, just like on top of a Star Destroyer. All those slow motion shots where they're spinning and the debris is just kind of like barely moving and whatnot. Amazing. 6 lightsabers versus 1.
I had that too.
At one point. The male twin says there is no try, only do, which I thought was a fun little twist on the Yoda quote. And then at the end, that ship just takes off into hyperspace while he's still on top of it. And I'm like, what happened to him?
He's that powerful that didn't matter.
There were a lot of people upset when Princess Leia floated through space. I'm curious to see if they will hate on this episode for the same reason or not. So that's all I got. Go.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I had that down as well. I even thought like the voices sort of sound reminiscent of Luke and Leia, or younger versions of them, right? But I thought Neil Patrick Harris and Allison Brie did a great job with their voiceovers. You get the twin sons at the end on Tatooine. Come on, it's like cool. Huge shout out to Luke Skywalker. You know, the one good thing we got from Rian Johnson was that slow hyperdrive through Snoke's ship.
That last shot of this was almost identical, right?
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool. The giant kyber crystal lightsaber slices through an entire Star Destroyer. And I think the same thing where we get some lines to a galaxy far, far away. We get another punch it. The blue and red lightning from the siblings. 6 lightsabers versus 1. I said it's like the Grievous Kenobi fight, but on crack.
And on top of the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, and I was like well, it's anime, so who cares? Who cares, you know what I mean? Like it was definitely one of my favorite ones, as I mentioned to you. I thought the whole dark armor thing was also a pretty cool concept. But yeah, absolutely, like just I mean, I get the whole they're in space and they can't breathe thing, but I mean, like, listen, it's a freaking animated cartoon. Like, yeah,
it's also Star Wars. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
At this point, I don't care. They can bend the rules pretty much whatever they want. All right, nice. Next one was Tatooine Rhapsody. I'll let you kick this one off.
Yeah, I don't have a lot for this one. I enjoyed it. You know, we get obviously Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt. I like the fact that we got like a punk rock band in Star Wars.
Hell yeah, dude!
You know, for once,
like newfound glory in Star Wars.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Star Waver. And I was like, so maybe Jabba just needed some good music to not like have people murdered or killed.
Man, he just needed some vibes.
Yeah, so this entire time, Jabba was just grumpy because he's like, man, all this music was just dog shit. No, obviously, I love all the Star Wars music, but
Yeah.
at least in his palace, he's like, man, I need to find better people. But it just and overall a really fun episode. The animation was pretty cool. We get the original, well, not to say original, but Mr.
Tamura.
Voice in Boba Fett. I was like, oh,
Loved it.
he did this? That's sick.
Yep.
So
I
that's all I got.
had Tamura all in caps in my notes. I was excited to hear his voice.
Yeah.
I also wrote, what on earth is happening? There are dual neck guitars in Star Wars. It was super fun. The sound design was great. I love that they used the old pod racing stadium for the concert. Always fun to see Bib Fortuna, Jabba the Hutt.
Bib.
There was a Figure and Dan in the Modal Nodes cameo in the cantina. They're the cantina band, and they were watching the concert happen on like their little iPad. I thought that was cool. And I thought it was fun that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was the lead singer, because he's an avid musician outside of his acting life, and it was pretty cool. He's a huge Star Wars nerd too. He showed up to the Force Awakens premiere with like green face paint on as like a little Yoda, so it's cool to see those people get to be part of the universe and make their impact. So I thought it was really fun. Not a super serious episode or anything, but highly entertaining. Cool. We're right at 2 minutes there. And then last but not least, the very first episode of the series, which I watched them in order. I know you watched them backwards, but this was, for me, I'll be very short because I know you like this one a lot. So this was entitled The Duel. The color space with a little bit of blue transitioning into the black and white as the camera panned down was awesome. We got a Trandoshan samurai, which was amazing.
Awesome.
You got a droid with the little straw hat on, which was hilarious to me. That was awesome. And then we got an extremely badass red versus red lightsaber fight, man, on a log floating down a river. I thought it was incredible. I don't want to take up too much of your thunder. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It's between this one and the Ninth Jedi for me. They're my two favorites. So
to end the series of watching this all on episode 1, just it hit home for just what Star Wars kind of originated from, like very Kurosawa like. I love all the black and white except for anything that lights up: the blasters, the lightsabers, the lights on like the ship or the village. There were the only things that had color to them, and I liked that that feel to it. And I was like at first, oh, so we're gonna have like a this Ronin Jedi versus Sith Lord. Just kidding. Maybe he's more gray Jedi like, who just collects red kyber crystals after he beats Sith. Because he doesn't say he's Sith either, which I'm like, I like the ambiguity there behind it. The whole duel itself was just phenomenal. I even said maybe one of the best duels we've gotten in all of Star Wars.
It was very neat.
And I know it wasn't as long as some of the other ones that exist out there, but I mean, just for the sake of what happens and what occurs in it, I mean, especially just the way it ends too. Through the waterfall, and then just like he's just sitting there with like the lightsaber right behind her back, and you see him just go right through her. I was like, wow. But of course, it cuts to that statue. I'm like, damn, dude, that was crazy. And I think the fact that like was also interesting when he says it wards off evil, talking about the kyber crystal, and he's got like 7 in his inside his sleeve there.
Yeah, man.
And I thought it was really interesting because I'm like, I don't think he's evil, right? And then there's the part where he catches the saber in between his hands with the Force, and we saw that in the trailer, and I was like, we all lost our minds at that point too, right?
Oh, because, 100%.
But definitely one of my favorite episodes of all the 9. So like,
well, so what's cool about that one is that's one that has a book coming out. That's a follow-up or a prequel or something to this. So it was the one where I was like, I need to know more about this character.
Absolutely.
And thankfully, we're going to get that. I don't know exactly when. Let's see. Star Wars, Ronin.
Whatever we do,
Power of the Google.
I wonder how long it's going to be or what. Like,
So it comes out on October 12th.
oh wow, it's pretty soon.
Which is not far from now.
Yeah.
It's called Ronin, a Visions novel. It is based off the Visions short film, The Duel. It focuses on the Jedi and Sith, but with an alternate history pulled from Japanese lore.
Awesome.
The publisher's summary says, the Jedi are the most loyal servants of the Empire. 2 decades ago, Jedi clans clashed in service to feuding lords. Sickened by this endless cycle, a sect of Jedi rebelled, seeking to control their own destiny and claim power in service of no master. They called themselves Sith. Sith rebellion failed, succumbing to infighting and betrayal, and once the rival lords unified to create an empire. But even an empire at peace is not free from violence. Far on the edge of the Outer Rim, one former Sith wanders. So he's a former Sith. There you go.
Okay.
Accompanied only by a faithful droid and the ghost of a less civilized age. He carries a lightsaber, but claims lineage to no Jedi clan and pledges allegiance to no lord. Little is known about him, including his name, for he never speaks of his past nor his regrets. His history is as guarded as the red blade of destruction he carries sheathed at his side. As the galaxy's perpetual cycle of violence continues to interrupt his self-imposed exile, and he is forced to duel an enigmatic bandit claiming the title of Sith, it becomes clear that no amount of wandering will ever let him outpace the specters of his former life. That sounds fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the shit out of it.
Yeah, gimme.
Definitely gonna read that. It looks like it's 336 pages.
Oh wow, so it's a full-on novel.
It is that's a full story. It ain't a comic. It's not a short story or anything like that. It's the real deal. So
Live stream read through coming right up.
35-hour live stream.
Yeah,
because I can barely read.
All voices included. I'll try to speed read it through, like, I don't know, 3-4 hours.
Oh man,
just kidding.
So funny. Cool. So that's the whole series.
Yeah,
I am very excited to not have to rush through it again on a rewatch.
Yes.
And also not be dead tired just from trying to get through all of them.
Right.
I can't wait to watch The Duel, The Twins, Ninth Jedi, and The Elder again.
Yes, I'm gonna watch all those as well.
Those are the 4 that I'm like, all right, this is some real strong stuff in there.
Yep.
Would you like a season 2 of this, or would you like it as is?
I wouldn't mind a season 2, to be honest, especially if they come up with some new stories. You know, I think the potential out there is endless.
Okay.
But I think for some of these episodes that ended in a little bit of a cliffhanger or just ambiguous, like I think with the Ronin story, like they could continue to do that, right? They can continue to make more beyond of what we see. But same thing with, I don't know, the Twins, or even Lop and Ocho, that one as well. Like
there are some hanging threads from some of those for sure.
I think we could potentially see some carryovers, some extensions within season 2. So I certainly won't mind it. I'm sure the studios that did all this, who just love to do this in the first place, would probably be just as happy to do it again.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think bravo to all of these studios for taking on the task of, an IP like Star Wars is not an easy one to adapt by any means. And I thought that they all did a really good job embracing the legacy, the mythology, the lore. Yep. They all clearly love Jedi and Sith.
I love the attention to detail to Star Wars itself. Like, I mean, I know, again, like people might not be super infatuated with a lot of the animation styles, and I respect that. As a longtime anime fan, and just animation cartoons from the 90s Fox cartoons, right? Like, I appreciate it, and it's just, I find it like highly respectable. I mean, I love the Japanese cultures that get weaved in with Star Wars too. It was very, very cool concepts with the whole thing, and so just kind of enhances the idea if people just aren't familiar with Japanese culture, that they can kind of look into that more. And again, like, I love all of the innuendos from Star Wars, the lines, like they're just fans, and true fans. I I love it as a longtime fan myself. So
yeah, and while we're talking about the studios, I mean, tip of the cap to Lucasfilm as well. It's very easy to have an IP like this and, you know, kind of almost strangle it with your own protection, and to let that out to 7 other places to make 9 different shorts that are, you know, maybe not necessarily canon. I think they've addressed that they're not supposed to be canon, and once you stop trying to figure out in your brain when these all take place, they become a lot more fun. I think it was a very fun ride. I love Star Wars so much. I missed seeing stuff like this. Like the Bad Batch was fun, but this was very different from that. You got a lot more lore and lightsaber and Jedi stuff, whereas Bad Batch is more about the clones,
troopers and all that stuff.
Even like Mando and Boba and stuff, there hasn't been a ton of the Force and the Jedi and stuff like that. We haven't really gotten that outside of the movies since the Disney acquisition. So very excited to see now where this goes. You know, the next Jedi thing we're getting is Kenobi, and then Ahsoka after that. And like, if this is just a taste of where the franchise is heading, I've got to be pretty excited, right?
Yeah, those are 2 big names with very, very heavy stories that ride those waves with the Force and Jedis and Sith and the dark side and characters we love and have adored for years. So it's going to be exciting, very, very exciting to see and review both of those series.
Yeah, but I think it's hard to give something like this a score out of 10 just because it's all different studios and different shorts. Very. But I would say highly recommend people check it out.
Yeah, and again, we understand that not everyone's going to like certain animation styles, which is, I think, pretty cool because each one is different. Yep. You know, I think, you know, like Corey said, like the 1, 3, 5, and 7 between the Duel, Twins, Ninth Jedi, and the Elder. Those are our favorite ones. So if you wanted to take our recommendations, maybe watch those first, and then watch the other ones, or just kind of go through, you know, 1 through 9 or 9 through 1, whatever order you want, and see what you like.
It only takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes to get through all 9. It's
a long movie, so, know.
Yeah, it's about somewhere in between a normal Star Wars movie and an Avengers Endgame in its runtime, and you have pee breaks built in because there's credits, and it's not all one one long story. So I would definitely recommend checking it out.
Same.
Very excited to see it. Very excited to watch it again. But that's going to do it for this video. I would love to hear from you guys. Did you binge through this all in one day like we did just because you were jonesing for some Star Wars? Which short was your favorite? What animation style spoke to you? Drop us that comment below. Let us know. We will respond to every single one that comes through. If you want to support us here at the channel, just go ahead and like this video, click on that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, share the video with your friends, family, pets, deities, etc. We will be back. I will have a review. I got to see the first 2 episodes of Netflix's Midnight Mass last night, so I'll have a video for that later today as well. Foundation comes out this week. We had a new episode of Ted Lasso. Doom Patrol dropped today, so I think, Nick, you're going to review the first 3 episodes of that for tomorrow. I think maybe
it's stuff to watch.
We have a lot on our plate, and we're going to make videos for all of it. So please be on the lookout for all of those things and so much more. And until next time, may the Force be with you always.